This has been something I've wanted to do for a little while now, and that is put an extended swing arm on the Suzuki PV50 EPO. So, as you can see here, I have got one in my hands, and this is from a 1984 Honda XR80. Now, I've done some measurements, and from the end of the original swing arm to the centre of the pivot bolt is 12.5 inches, whereas this one is 15.5, so we are getting a 3-inch extension plus a load of patina to match the tank, plus it's going to look a lot cooler and sit a lot better and ride a lot better, I hope. Right, so I'm just trying to mock this up, and you can see it's slightly too tight to get around the actual frame of the bike. So I'm going to remove these bushes because they're pretty shot to bits anyway, and then when I reinstall them I'll make sure they don't come in as deep, and I'm sure that should get it and it should be okay. So look, just measuring the inside width, and it is 114 millimeters from point to point, and then the original one is 114, but the bushings don't stick out as much, whereas on this they do, so that's the problem. And then where the wheel goes, it is 174 millimeters point to point, and then on this one it is 172. Next thing is the chain guard. This is 170 millimeters point to point, and on the Honda XR80 point to point that's 195 millimeters. You can see we're a bit short. However, if I get something to sit in between like a tube, that should work as well. Let's see what happens with that. So if you put these both together, you can see there's not really much difference between the pair. This one's got more mounting points on it for various bits like chain guards and whatnot, but essentially they're pretty much the same, just this one's a bit longer, slightly different dimensions. We won't be able to use these original PV50 chain tensioners anymore, so I've ordered some Honda ones. Also this brake stay and rod is going to have to go because it's not going to be long enough, but I have ordered replacements. So you can see here the bushes are absolutely shot to pieces, so I've ordered some genuine Honda ones. Got to wait for those to come, but in the meantime I'm going to try and remove these and then we can test fit this. Thank God for that. That is both of the bushes out. No more dodgy bushes. Time for a dunk, old boy. Let's have this little clean, and now I'm going to give it a polish. There you go, take a look at that. after a bit of polishing, it's come up nice. You can see the patina looking good and ready for the new bushings. Right, we got the brand new bushings from Honda just arrived. So we can throw these in the swing arm. Lovely job. This is fresh out of the freezer. Put some oil on it. So much quicker with an impact gun. And that is in it. So after all that, we are finally there. All the new bushings are in. Just got to try and fit this on to the frame of the bike now. Let's see what happens. So it looks like this is slightly catching on the frame. It's a little bit too tight. Right. Got to grease the insides. Right, we're going to reuse the original chain buffer from the PV50, and would you believe it, that it fits like a glove. And we're going to use the original swing arm bolt from the PV50. Right, let's do this. Might have to tap this on with a hammer. There we go. Just make it nice and tight into the dark abyss. Right, this goes hand tight for now, and then we'll torque it up once we put the shocks on. So these are the Honda Dax ST50 original shocks that I've got for this setup for now. However, the top mount here is 12mm, and you can see here the original bolt for the shocks is 10mm, so we need to change that bush there, and this one's missing a bush, so we've got to replace that as well. Luckily I've got some leftovers from a Universal kit that I bought a little while back, so let's make good of that. Put a 10mm one in there like that. It's not perfect, but it will do for now. No! Not long enough. What is going on? Not good. Not reaching. We might have to take a washer out there. So I just had to take a washer out from behind here where the rack is. That's because this bolt isn't long enough to take all the washers. This is why you've got to do a mock fit first, but we'll still put it together and we'll just see how it is. I feel like I'm pushing my luck with this. It's as good as we can do it for now. That's hand tight. But I've got to say, it is looking good, even on a mock-up fit. I think what we'll do now, we'll tighten everything up. Definitely need some bigger washers for this, because it's just pushing the bushing. That rhymed. So, next thing we'll do, we'll just pop the wheel on, tighten up the swing arm, and we're just going to see how it sits. Alright, so the parts that I needed have arrived. This is from a Honda XR80, which is the torque arm for the brake, or the brake stay, whatever you want to call it. Then we've got the chain tensioners, because obviously it's a Honda swing arm now. We're using Honda XR80 tensioners. And then we have got the rear brake rod. This is a bit longer than the EPO one, and this is also off a Honda XR80, so let's get that on the bike. Right, so we've got the Suzuki EPO wheel bolt plus the spacer that sits here. Let's put that through. Got a Honda chain tensioner on. Let's slide that through. Oh, nice. And on the other side, another chain tensioner. And we've got the washer from the EPO. like so, and the castle nut. Right, it's all going to be hand tight or hand loose for now. Oh, this fits like a glove. We're going to fit a torque arm from the XR80, so that will go something like that to keep the brake in position. Right, next up we're going to fit the EPO hardware, which is like this. And there's a washer and a nut the other side. Remember, everything's just by hand for the minute, just making sure it's going to fit. And then we've got the same again, this side. Slide that through. We've still got to put cotter pins on these for safety as well, once I've tightened them up. Oh, looking good. That's looking good. Right, so this is the Honda XR80 brake rod. However, you have to use the original Suzuki EPO nut and thing here, whatever that is called, for the brake arm, because the XR80 one won't fit. So let's put that into position. Lovely. Got to put a washer and a cotter pin on here as well. Right, that is the cotter pin fitted. So this is all secure. Next thing we've got to do is get the chain on. Cotter pin, one in there, one in there. Right, the next thing of course that's needed is a longer chain, because the existing chain from the EPO is too short. Because we've got a longer swing arm, we need to extend it. So this is a DID, look at that, from Japan, only the best around there. 120 links, I think I put 100 link on the original setup, but this is 120, so obviously we've got a bit of slack to play with. Let's get it on. I should have wore gloves for this because it's just going to be all sticky and horrible. But we're not going to worry about that right now. I've got the chain breaker on. It's got to tighten it up, but I did bend it last time I used it, so it's going to be quite hard to get a good grip on this. Let's see what happens. Beautiful. Chain link like that. Wheel goes that way, so you want to make sure this link is like this. Brilliant. Then we just need to torque this wheel up. Right, that's the chain adjusted. Okay. That's perfect chain slack as well. Just got to put a cotter pin in the castle nut. We're laughing. Chain guard does fit just about. This is the obviously the existing Suzuki EPO one. I just need something to extend it a bit there. Right, the only thing I've got to extend this is this piece of metal here, so I'm going to cut it and then just draw a hole. It should be good. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I drilled out the bracket. This is the original EPO fixing. I'll put that behind here. Use the original screw and some washer, which I've got, to secure this onto the bracket. Then got a screw and a nut. I'm going to tighten this to the swing arm, not forgetting 10mm nut on the other side. A locking washer would be better, but it's a prototype at the end of the day. That is solid, not going anywhere. someone say 10-inch wheels from a Suzuki GAG R50?